All
Yeah,
right,
no, I
man.
agree with
So
that.
all right, so we're at the 2 hour mark, and I didn't think we are gonna go this long. Uh, so I'm not gonna do the player versus media thing because it's not a dated conversation. It's something that we can talk about later. Um, Hall of Fame. We've had a few Hall of Fame conversations, and obviously you had like the star-studded class that came in this past year with Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, and Tim Duncan. Some say that this may have been the best class of all time. And guess what? I didn't really do research and to see if it was the best class of all time, but the Basketball Hall of Fame is really fucking weird. I mean, like what Tony Kukoc got in this year as for like his international impact or something like what does that even mean? He was not a Hall of Fame player while he was in the NBA. I have not looked up his numbers overseas, but I mean, I think that if you play in the NBA and we remember your name 15 years later, I think you get into the Hall of Fame. And I mean, I mean, does anybody respect the Hall?
I definitely think it's going down. Like, just because, like, I didn't realize that, like, everybody gets in until, like, probably 3, 4 years ago.
And T Mac got in.
I actually like T Max, so, like, I have
No,
no
Yeah,
issue with
that
T Mac
one.
getting
That
in.
I like T Mac, and I thought T Mac was a Hall of Fame talent. But I think like the NBA,
Yeah, based off his resume, like, no, he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. But, like, based off of his impact, like, me growing up in the early 2000s and, like, the impact that he had on me personally, like, yeah, let him in. But, I mean, I'm sure are you talking about Ben Wallace getting in?
I was gonna get there. So then in the 2021 class, we have Chris Bosh, who honestly I think is a questionable Hall of Famer. Um, Ben Wallace, Paul Pierce. Is there anybody else that's important that I should care about?
C Web.
And C Web. C Web should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago because it is the basketball Hall of Fame. And what he did as a college basketball player, and the fact that he did make first team All NBA, he was an All NBA guy during one of the best stretches of power forwards in NBA history. Like, no, bro, you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Chris Bosh, he won championships with LeBron. He put up good numbers in terrible Toronto. I think by the standard of what they use for the Basketball Hall of Fame, he should get in. But Chris Bosh isn't a Hall of Famer to me. And I'll tell you, Eric, I have changed my mind on Ben Wallace. The more and more I've thought about it, I've listened to some different perspectives. And although he was a defensive anchor and he was one of the scariest defenders in the league, it was for about a 5, 6 year stretch. And if I'm going to sit up here and say I don't want Rudy Gobert to win another DPOY to get so because I don't think he's a Hall of Fame guy, I have to apply that same logic to Ben Wallace. And I mean, good for Ben, great story, but bro, you have like the lowest free throw percentage in NBA history. You could not put the ball in the basket at all. Um, you're a great defender, and maybe you get into the Pistons Ring of Honor. You know, maybe they retire your jersey or something. But Hall of Fame, Ben, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Great career, but he's
For
not.
the NBA, he's a Hall of Famer, and it's not even close. What I think of when I think of a Hall of Famer, no, he shouldn't. And I
I
think
haven't thought about
oftentimes,
Ben Wallace in
yeah,
10 years. Like,
oftentimes I think of like what a Hall of Famer should be by using like NFL criteria, which is sometimes too tough. But I'd rather it be like too tough than it just be a free for all. If you laced up, you're getting in.
I'd rather us complain about players we love not getting in instead of us complaining about players that we barely watch being in it. You know, so off the top of your heads, who are some players who you think are going to get into the Hall of Fame that you just don't want to see in the Hall of Fame? Number one on my list is Rudy Gobert.
I don't think he's getting in. So I think you're all right there. Ben Wallace also had one of them things. So took down the Lakers when like Kobe and Shaq were not at the height of their powers, but they also had Karl Malone. They had Peyton. Like there were injuries, but they beat the Lakers with Kobe, Shaq, Malone, and Peyton. So like that's why he got in. Gobert needs to beat LeBron. He needs to beat the Brooklyn Nets this year to get in.
He won't do that.
So I think it's safe.
I'm trying to think.
What Boink's thinking? Do you think like Lou Will and Jamal Crawford eventually get in because of their six manness?
No, because they haven't won rings. But if they did, like, nothing surprises me at this point.
Does either one of them have like the record for sixth man of the year?
I don't feel like looking that up.
Because if
I think
one of
Lou
those
got it.
I think
do,
Lou has like 3 of them, 2 or 3.
then like yeah,
it's
he's
like
probably gonna get it. He probably
the
averages like north of 20 points too.
like does the best role player deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Like how Rudy T was making a case for Robert Horry. Yeah, he made clutch shots, but guess what? The Hall of Fame is not for role players. And I guess that's where it really got me on the Ben Wallace thing. Like, hey, Ben Wallace was a great role player. He shouldn't get in. Draymond Green, really great, part of a great Warriors run. He is not a Hall of Famer. He's gonna get
if
in.
they want to induct like the 2016 Warriors as a whole, like for going 73-9, like go for it. But like,
I actually think Draymond is a Hall of Famer.
Like,
He
is
averages
that
a triple
skewed
single.
by like your like the NBA Hall of Fame? Like just
No, 3 rings, very important to like championship caliber
That's valid.
defense when they were
That's
really
valid.
good. And he was not abysmal on offense like Ben Wallace was. He was damn near triple double.
No,
That's what he was averaging. It was like
Game
12.
7. Well, he had like a 35. He had like a 35-point triple dub in Game 7 in 2016. Like he kept them in that game.
He to me belongs.
I think the Hall of Fame
even
is for
to me,
superstars.
that's like I wouldn't be mad if he got in, but like it's like, does he really though? And that's just like based off of like a Hall of Fame, not like the NBA Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no. Basketball Hall of Fame, he gets in. But the Hall of Fame is for superstars, the best of the best, the grown folks table.
Like I think of the NFL, like Hines Ward is not an NFL Hall of Fame.
Fuck no. When people were making this case for Hines Ward, I go, when did we ever think Hines Ward was one of the best receivers in the league? We didn't.
He's someone cool and we liked.
Yeah.
Because he blocked and he could hit and he was from Georgia. Like, bro, sorry. You're good. You're great. Hey, Steelers, put him in the Ring of Honor. Retire his jersey. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I think about.
Yeah. When I think of Draymond, like I do think he's a Hall of Famer. But I think this conversation happens before, and people are in the room voting, and they're like, "Is he?" I know he in real life is going to be a Hall of Famer, first ballot, and it's like they're not even going to question it. But I think the way the Hall of Fame should be, someone like Draymond, there should be some discourse there, and it shouldn't be like Draymond Green is up for it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, unanimous." Like I think that's what a Hall of Famer should be. Draymond should have it. It should be close.
Yeah. I would be fine with him getting in, but like he should spend like, I don't know, 5 years on the ballot or whatever. Like,
I don't believe in making people wait. Like, you're either a Hall of Famer or you're not. Like, granted, if there are people ahead of you because we only let so many people in, then cool, you wait for that. But I don't believe in making
I wouldn't like just make him wait just for the sake of waiting. But like if they're, if it's I don't think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and if there are other more deserving people, then like you're gonna have to wait your turn. Like I think baseball makes people wait just for the sake of waiting, and I don't think that's right.
Baseball's full of shit because Barry Bonds has not failed a drug test, steroid test yet, and he's not in. But look, guys, you two are Hall of Famers in my book, and I've loved having you on here, man. We're definitely going to have to link back up soon as the playoffs happen. You're all you got a better work schedule now, don't you, Joel?
Yeah, I do.
So we can actually do like the 45-hour pods and not the 2-hour ones. So
I'd be getting $4,500 or something.
Look here, Maul. Don't get your ass fired after all this goddamn money. But look, man, I really appreciate y'all, man. It's been freaking great. Yeah, man. Joel, make us a beat for Let's Talk Hoops with some Swish. We're out.
Oh, I thought that was like a show beat.
I like that.
It goes hard.
I like that, yeah.